Memorial prayer. May the Lord bless and keep them. On this Memorial Day, we are thankful for the sacrifice so many throughout our history have made, for the men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice, and for their families who had to carry on without them. It is a sacrifice that is easy to forget. For those who have it, freedom is like oxygen. It's something we just have. Many will not understand just how precious either is until they are at risk of it being taken away. Today, remember a sacrifice made and a debt we cannot repay. Today, pray for the God of heaven to bless the families of those who have lost loved ones while serving our great nation. Pray for him to bless and comfort the walking wounded who are still with us, and bless their families as well. It is also our prayer that we remember their sacrifice and the precious gift of freedom every day, not just once a year or when they are in danger of being taken away. Sergeant of Arms, please place the wreath upon the tomb of our departed brother. The following are the names of the veterans buried here at St. Columbkill Cemetery. Robert Kittleson Andrus, Wayne Arndt, Marcellus Benda, Arvell Buck, Michael Cavanaugh, Timothy Cavanaugh, James Cleve, Walter Doyle, Patrick Drudy, Martin Edwards, Patrick Edwards, Cecil Franklin, John F. Franklin, Orville Franklin, Thomas Franklin, David Gadiant, Gerald Gadiant, Robert Gadiant, Arnold Gorman, George Gorman, Willis Gorman, Dennis R. Haney, Donald R. Haney, Richard J. Haney, Robert P. Haney, Willard C. Holm, Patrick Igo, Cletus John, P.K. Kelly, Bladen Kern, Leroy Lexfold, Leonard Lodemeyer, Norbert Lodemeyer, Felix Mahoney, Robert Malloy, Cecil R. McNamara, Charles D. McNamara, Frederick P. McNamara, James H. McNamara, John T. McNamara, Joseph W. McNamara, Leo E. McNamara, Thomas McNamara, Bernard J. Moran, John P. Moran, Ralph Moran, Thomas Mullally, Clarence Nibby, Francis O'Brien, Francis S. O'Brien, James O'Connell, Peter O'Connell, Timothy O'Connell, Joseph O'Connor, Lawrence C. O'Connor, Charles E. O'Neill, Donald O'Reilly, Gerald D. O'Reilly, James B. O'Reilly, James D. O'Reilly, Thomas O'Rourke Jr., Clement J. Ryan, Gerald F. Ryan, John Francis Ryan, John W. Ryan, Russell Ryan, Sylvester Ryan, Willard Schinnert, James Ward. Escort, attend, hut. Salute the dead. Minnesota 3rd, prepare to fire. Load.
Detail. Ready? Aim. Fire. Cover. Arm.
Legion firing squad, prepare to fire. Ready? Aim. Fire. Aim. Fire. Reset. Arm.
Set. Arm.
'63, the Gettysburg Address. 407 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget that they did here. It is for us, the living, rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and a government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth. Memorial Pair. May the Lord bless and keep them. On this Memorial Day, we are thankful for the service so many throughout our history have made, for the men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice, and therefore their families who had to carry on without them. It is a sacrifice that is easy to forget. For those who have it, freedom is like oxygen. It's something we just have. Many will not understand just how precious either it is until they are at risk of being taken away. Today, remember a sacrifice made and a debt we cannot repay. Today, pray for the God of heaven to bless the families of those who have lost loved ones while serving our great nation. Pray for him to bless and comfort the walking wounded who are still with us, and bless their families as well. It is our prayer that we remember their sacrifice and the precious gift of freedom every day, not just once a year or when they are in danger of being taken away. Escort Tent Hut. Sergeant of Arms, please place the wreath upon the tomb of our departed comrade. Arthur Holm, Louis Schaefer, John Stenlin, Fred Beats. World War II, Vernon Elbers, Alvin Elbers, Donald Benrud, Bernard Buchholz, Bernard Buck, Roger W. Deegan, Laverne Diericks, Maynard J. Haas, Walter Holm, Wallace Hubner, Willis Call, Leroy Preggy, Erwin Richter, Harold Richter, Roy Henry Schaefer, Leroy Schenert, Dallas Tomford, Korea, Wayne, Toby Buck, John E. Haas, Raymond Hinch, Nick Luman, Elroy Schultz. Vietnam era, Lyle Diericks, Donald Kurtz, Harvey Upsall, Lyle Roosh, Frederick L. Schultz. Firing squads, prepare to fire. 3rd Minnesota.
Detail. Ready? Left oblique. Aim. Fire. Cover. Arm. Shoulder. Arm.
Firing squad, prepare to fire. Ready, aim, fire. Aim, fire. Freeze it, ha!